All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the session here today. My name's Rodrigo. I'm going to be here with Nick Chahine, lead trader from the Benzinga Options Inner Circle chat room. A lot of you guys already know him. Ron, Marcia, what's going on? Conrad's in the house. So we have a pretty packed session today. Market analysis, options education, and Nick is also going to talk about some of his strategies that he uses, right, and that he used this week to profit from the volatility in the market. So without further ado, I think we have Nick in the house. Let's go ahead and bring him on here. Nick, if you can hear me there.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Let's go. Let's go. What's going on, man? What's going
on? Busy day, interesting day. Just trying to wrap up the day after being in the chat room, in the live room on top of the chat room, trying to coordinate the efforts of 25 traders, 320 traders, trying to make some money there. And we were successful in trying to catch some of the swings today. It was a pretty interesting day all around, how things transpired, but lovely nonetheless. I mean, there were opportunities for those who can trade fast. There were opportunities for those who cannot, but also would like to make some trades that last more than a few weeks. I did a couple of those. I did not do any fast trades today because I knew I was going to be busy. And if I was busy, I'm going to make mistakes.
Right. And before we do get into the session here, Nick, for those that are not familiar here, or maybe are here for the first time, if you can give us just a brief background here. And just, because I remember, we started the chat room a year ago, just for the folks that maybe are watching this for the first time.
Yeah, say that again. Was that a question? I couldn't understand.
No, if you can just give us a brief background here of, for the folks that are watching for the first time.
Yeah. So my name is Nick Chahine. I am not a professional trader by schooling. In other words, I didn't go through Wall Street. I'm an engineer, electrical engineer, who went into finance and figured this stuff on my own. Over the years, I've developed a passion for charts. I have good skills there. I put them up against all the best ones out there that have been classically trained, as they say. Very simple based, very easy for normal traders to understand. Same goes for the options. The options knowledge that I have is based on mistakes I've made in the past and lessons I've learned from those. Hopefully I can pass those lessons over to everybody else that I'm working with. My mission is to help as many people understand what they're doing. So I don't want you to trade like me as much as I want you to know how not to make mistakes. So however you trade, you would trade better. I'll share what I do, but I don't want you to be just like me unless you want to. So if I can convince you to trade via credit spreads, that's fine. If not, let's make sure that the way you trade is without mistakes. For example, today, I spent quite a bit of effort honing the entries and exit of people who are trading futures, trading stocks, trading options fast intraday, especially stocks like Tesla. You can't make mistakes with Tesla. So I'll show you charts today. We charted it perfectly. So it provides a guide for somebody who wants to get better skills. And everything that happens intraday fast happens the same way at a slower pace. So the concepts that apply for the fast trades, you can learn them during the fast trade. You don't have to do them, but you can apply them over time. So if something is falling into support on the 1 minute chart, or it's falling into support on a 1 month chart, it's the same concept. You don't try to short it. You try to get long. You set some proper exit points like stop outs. So very simple education-based environment.
Right. And so basically it's live trading Monday to Friday. You're there the whole day, even Sundays. But even though it's live trading, Nick, I'm showing the folks here the videos really quick because these helped me a lot when I started. And everybody in the chat room does have access for the people that are members here. But Nick also provides these sort of like quick lunches, right, of information, right, Nick? What are these videos?
Okay, so these videos are what I call evergreen. So they apply to any point in time to introduce you to concepts. For example, if somebody doesn't know what a call option is, maybe the video will help start you off to where you come out with questions and you come to me and say, in the chat room, not the live room, which are different. I'll share the difference in a little bit. I know it's complicated. Can I share my screen? I have everything up on there.
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay, I'm going to steal your screen. And let me see if I can share my screen here. Screen 1, is that it? I don't want to share a screen. Getting started. I think this is it. Share. All right. So you're looking at one of my windows right now. And so these are evergreen videos. So each video presents one concept: call, put options, call options, what's a spread, what's a credit spread. That should be your goal. That is my goal, and a whole bunch of other information that we keep adding to it. What is a cash settled index, for example? So that's there all the time for you. In addition to that, I do have this resource, which is access to me 24/7. Every day I go in here before the day opens. I give you what's going to go on today, support and resistance lines, charts for everything. All day I share nuggets of fast trade setups, slower trade setups, comments in general, answering questions. So if you see something in the videos and you have a follow-up question, you pop in here and you say, hey, Nick, help me out. You can hit me direct message. Everybody here is in direct message mode. And this is where you don't have to go back and forth with the emails. This is where it's basically a 24/7 talk space. You come in here, we chat. This is the chat room. Now, in addition to the chat room, I made myself available, and this is the shocker that not many people believe it. Every day, all day, I'm sitting in this chair, talking in this mic, sharing this screen for 320 people. And that's every day. I guarantee it. I share my charts, actually 3 or 4 of these at the same time. So maybe a dozen charts at the same time. And it looks kind of like this, where this is my screen. This is everybody else. And this is where people can comment. So everybody's waiting here. Let me see that. So I think these were today. Let me see here. Okay, so that is, these might be today. So, oh, there you go. This was today. This is Gene, popped in, Gene, out of the blue. Gene says, thanks, Nick. Thanks, Nick. I'm on a trial basis and you're a keeper. So we got Gene. So Gene, sorry about that. Gene took a trial. He's still in a trial, and he looks like he's going to stay. This is another comment from today. This is the circle I put for somebody who's trading Tesla today. We tracked the charts, and in the morning, I drew the lines that mattered, and we kept adding to them. And then this little poke came up, and a whole bunch of discussion happened because somebody in the chat room said, I see a trigger, an inverse head and shoulders. I said, okay, but pay attention to the circle. And that circle was pivotal today. And if somebody traded the circle, they made money. So James, trading Tesla, 910. Thank you, boss. That's me. I don't like that, boss, but I get it a lot. I don't know why. I guess I get bossy sometimes. Got out 22%. This is fast trade. This discussion is slow trade. Zim is not a fast trade. That's a slow trade discussion. It also happened here. So let me see other examples. When was that? This was today. This is Tesla late in the day. I drew lines and I said, there are two late in the day. I said, here's Tesla, line here, line here. I educated them on how that if you lose a pivotal point, you're going to extend the loss down. And I had an arrow that they priced it all out. And then I said, bulls, you do not want to lose this. And they were saved by the bell, I believe. Anyway, so with the help of my comments all day, who's this? Andy jumps in. Out of Iron Condor's SPX today, Nick is money. So Andy played on early in the morning. I recommended credit call spreads, which are trades set for the day, and they expired for maximum gains in his favor. This, I believe, is older. Maybe not. That's the same day. So B has another good thing to say. So these are 3 or 4 snapshots from today. Maybe these are older. This might be older. I wish I had the dates. No, this is today as well. Same with this one. So I took snapshots today. I have, I don't know, 50, 100 of these snapshots across time. So it's not a fluke. So today wasn't like you caught me on a great day. So I'm not boasting. What I'm saying is, this is where a lot of knowledge goes back and forth, not from me to you, yes, from me to you, but from other people to you as well. There are 3 or 4 people that are super strong with other technical expertise area. They come in here and they warn us of pitfalls and give us opportunities. So it's a community. Imagine 320 heads putting themselves together in order to do better during the day and across time. So we had discussions long-term on SoFi, on Apple, on Palantir, on Affirm, on Zim, on a couple of stocks I don't even remember, some biotech startups. Something that came out today on an IPO was going nuts. We even discussed meme stocks as well to see if we can trade them. BBBY was one, AMC was one, not GME. I don't remember talking GME today. So whatever you guys want to discuss, we will discuss. It's a place where we're trying to get as productive as possible, and not necessarily just in options. I would love to have you in options, but if you trade the futures, we're in here. There are 3 or 4 people in here that are strictly futures traders. So I tracked the S&P futures for them. Today was a great day because we played it perfectly. Where was it? Here, this is a 1 minute. Let's go to 5 minutes. There was a place where right here, they wanted to go long. I said, I do not go long into this. I didn't say short it. I said emphatically, this is a place I do not get long until they clear this. And if they listened, then they didn't get long, so they avoided this. And then we got back and we got to here, and I said, I would not start long. I said, I would be shocked if they close above 4,300 today. And because I looked left and I saw this whole area, I was like, yeah, it's not an obvious entry point. And then I looked at data from the options. It all said 42.85 as a close, and they closed around 42.88, I guess. No, 42.83.8. So that was pretty close. Did the same thing yesterday. We picked the good closing place. So a lot of fun, a lot of education, not a lot of money to join. You get a ton. You get these pages, you get trade setups every day that are slow. Like today, I sent out 2 slow long-term trades. I even bought shares, which I never do. And yesterday I also sent out 1 or 2, and you also get the chat room where you can come in and chat with me 24/7 at your pace. You've got a full-time job. You can't get away until at night. You come in, you pop a question in here, you send me a direct message. We chat about whatever you want. You say, hey, I don't understand that trade. Or you say, hey, what about that? I'm thinking of this. What do you think? And here's what you get on Sundays. So this is all throughout the week. 2 write-ups from me. All day, me with you, if you want me, and listen to Sunday. 176 ticker review, typed, linked, your tickers, not mine. These are your requests, recorded into 3 different videos for you to peruse it with all kinds of write-ups. Just think about the time it takes to type this stuff in. I'll do it for you. So if you don't want to do homework, I'll do the homework for you. If you don't see value in all of this, then I'd be shocked if you don't, actually. So this is on Sunday. Also on Sunday, I'll send out a video saying this is my strategy for the week to give us a heads up on what's going on. So this is the service and how I'm committed to making myself available to you 24/7 here, all day, here every day, and literally twice on Sunday. 1 in the morning, free webinar, anybody can join, group, and at night I'll send out the recap video.
Hey Nick, really quick here, man. Emmanuel is asking in the chat on Zoom, how about someone who wants to build a portfolio?
It's 1 stock at a time, right? So this is what we do. You tell me, I'll share ideas. You have tickers that you must have on your watch list. If you don't, I would recommend you start with the big guys. Don't mess with anything small. Why? Because if you're getting started, you want to eliminate as many variables as possible. So if that's the case, then why mess with something that's not established? For example, if I want to invest in Apple, I don't have to worry about Apple fundamentals. there is no doubt in anybody's mind that Apple is bulletproof from when it comes to fundamentals. And there are maybe 20, 30 companies like that across all sectors. So if you're interested in biotech, there are top-notch companies there. If you're interested in social media and metaverse, one name there to me, maybe two. If you're interested in the, let's see here, financial technology, fintech, as they say, there are maybe 5, 6 companies on the big guys. So
right.
That's where I would start with. Was it Emmanuel?
And all right, so yeah, basically, Emmanuel, I mean, even if you're trying to do that, you know, Nick can hook you up there. And Janine on the YouTube side says about what time on Sundays. So that's about 10 till 1 p.m.
10 Eastern, so 7 Pacific. I'm on the Pacific, so I'm not penalizing anyone. I have to get my butt off out of bed on Sunday as well.
Yeah, and Janine says it sounds great, but I need to learn stocks. So I mean, this is for people that want to learn about stocks as well, right?
If you want to learn, you know, I have enough broad knowledge to get us started in any topic when it comes to investing. So although I am not a purely fundamentally based trader, I use fundamentals to trade. I don't mess around with bad fundamentals. That's just an extra variable I don't need. But I don't do any trades without a technical consultation. So I don't take any risk without nitpicking the crap out of the chart. I want to know every tick, every line, every support line, every algo place, every dark pool level.
Yeah, there's a lot of education, technical, and a lot that you do there. Donald has a really interesting question. Why should I sign up if I'm making money? Good question.
Why are you here? You clearly you clearly are looking for something better or a new venture. So I'm not going to say that I'm better than you. If you're making money now and you want a community to share your knowledge with or, you know, just have friends trading, look at the cost per day and the benefit that you will get from it. You will join forces with at least 320 and growing. Not too long ago, we were 280-ish. Now we're 320, and the number keeps going up. So the community itself is reason enough. The people in there are so cool. You know, we had one troll yesterday, but, you know, he left today, so hopefully he won't come back. But the community is super helpful. They're helping each other. Sometimes I have to step away from a computer to take a break or something, and I see people posting. Like we have people posting information from other sources about algo flow and changes in divergence. For example, if they see price going one way and the machine buying or selling going the other way, then they say, hey, careful, we've got some divergence in the price action versus the internals. You might want to hold off your horses, or it's an opportunity to short or go long. So you will just gain immediately 320 friends and allies in your trading. You can continue doing whatever you want. And by the way, Hot Rod, I think you're offering money back, right?
Yes. So everybody that
what are you risking?
Everybody that joins, but it has to be before midnight because I pretty much sneak this deal in for you guys. There's a 30-day money back guarantee.
The cancellation, is it 2 weeks?
No, 30 days.
30 days. That's new. Okay, so you've got 30 days to see if I'm full of, if there's value or not. I would be shocked if you didn't find value.
Yeah.
Now,
the other thing really quick here that I do want to add is that we are giving away free laptops. So anybody that does join will get a free laptop, no cost.
Yep. Sorry, I had an important text to respond to. Okay, so here's part of what I'm going to do today before I leave you. I want to go through these. If you haven't seen them before, these are professional habits. Whether you join me or not, I would like to send you down that path. These are things that you need to know in order to trade however, wherever. So they're very basic pieces of information. So in a minute, we'll get started on this one. Are there any other questions, Rod? Hot Rod, what do you want to do here?
Let's see, Phoenix. No, Phoenix is all good. What she was just asking if yeah, so it's one payment for the year. Phoenix renews at the same price. Lauren, it's a Chromebook. Michelle, we put the link there to join. And I think that covers it, but feel free to use the chat for questions so that we can kind of go on the session. We have about 1,000 people here live, so we'll just try to kind of, manage here.
Okay. Okay, so let's go through. Sorry, I kind of heard you. You want me to go through this right now?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So this is a presentation I did, I can't remember when or for who, and then I fell in love with it. And now I don't even do it like a presentation with all kinds of snazzy, fly in and fly out. Let's just run through it. This is basically to things that I wouldn't take risk without. Risk meaning open positions without. First things first, we define risk. Everybody thinks they know risk, but they understand it, but they don't know how to use it, to break it down into its own components. First things first, how much can I lose? Everybody know, oh, I manage my risk. I don't want to risk more than I can afford to lose. That's not managing your risk. That's picking an appropriate level of risk. It's not managing the risk itself. So this is a decision you make once and you move on. Okay, I'm willing to lose $1,000 on this trade. That's it. I moved on. I don't manage it. I already did. I made the decision and I moved on. The odds of success is the part you manage. So when I take a position, I must give myself odds. Otherwise, you don't go into a fight unless you know you could win it, or what are your odds of winning. So that's the part you manage. Because when you take the position, you think you have 50% chance. I'm just throwing out a number. And then things happen, and then in your mind, you learn some new things like, whoa, my odds are dropping drastically. You hit a level where you say, my odds suck, I'm out. They're below my level of expectations, the accepted level of success, I'm out. So risk management really is this part, not that part. This, you made the decision, do not increase it. Do not average down. Don't ever average down. When you take a full-size position, do not ever average down. If you take half a position and you add the second half later, okay, that's averaging in, completely different. Okay, nuance. All right, so what else? This guy here. This guy is an acronym that spells out no trigger, no trade, or no thesis, no trade. So basically, it says, if you don't have a specific reason you want to take this trade, don't take it. I thought it was going to go up. That's not a reason. That's a hunch. I thought it was going to go up because they have something going to be released in blah, 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 or because I work with them and I know how good they are in their competition. Blah. Whatever your reason is, make sure to have a realistic reason that you can explain it to somebody else. So, for example, today I shorted Apple a little bit gently out in time, way above here. So I gave it room to run. It's not like I shorted it out here. Finite amount of money, I'm risking this much to make that much. And my thesis was completely technical. It's running into a prior fail. I think it's going to have sellers for the next couple of days, 3 weeks, a couple of days, maybe 7 or 8 days. So I was like, okay, let me short it a little bit and see how it goes. So I had a specific reason. It was a technical decision. If somebody, conversely, I would buy shares in SoFi down here because it's falling back into support, and I've just made money on it, and I got out at the top, and now it's back below 7. I was like, you know what? I'm going to redo my same trade. It's falling back into the same support I bought before. So that was a fundamental / technical position to take shares. Verizon, I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy some shares in Verizon. It pays almost 6% in dividend. The PE is single digits. The P&L is boringly successful. And Warren Buffett sold it. Okay, so I will pick it up off his hands. So I thought it would be okay to buy it in the hole from which it was in the pandemic lows. So I took that position based on value and needing dividend income. So I did have a reason on all 3 trades. And then I will manage my odds. That position with Apple, the short, with options, options, you can determine the exact success ratio, theoretical success ratio, and you can track it over time. If it gets to a point where it's too low against me and too high in my opponent's favor, I will call it quits, take partial loss. I don't want to get blown out. Okay. I manage my odds. I stop out. I just mentioned, if I'm too wrong, I stop out. How? I pick a level. I'll say, okay, if Apple goes above that line, I'm out. Or if I lose more than 20%, I'm out. And that 20% is different from you to me. Everybody has different risk tolerances. And I never try to get the most out of my trades. I get as much as I can. I have no issues leaving money on the table, lock or book profits along the way. So those are things that you must need to know how to do. Homework, I'll do it for you. Set alerts, that's my job. I do it for you. That's Sunday for me. And TNT, you must have a real reason to take a trade. You must manage your odds of success, that guy. And you must pick a stop out and stick to it. You can pick one, but you should have the gumption to go out and actually live up to it. And you should lock and book profits along the way. Okay. So other do's and don'ts, this is basically rehashing everything I just said. Have balance, I haven't said yet. Spread the risk, I haven't said, and I'll explain those too. Average in, not down. We said that already. Forget those for now. So have balance. Don't go long all the time, everything. Don't go short all the time, everything. If you do trade options, don't make all your trades expire at the same time. If something goes wrong, everything explodes at the same time. Not a good day. Don't go long too many things that look the same. Don't go short everything that looks the same. Have balance. Be long and short. I am long stocks currently. I am short the indices in a way where it leaves room for error. That's balance. Spread the risk when you can. Spreading, not just creating an actual spread in options. Spread the risk between sectors. Be long this, be short that. Spread the risk across time. Like if you don't, somebody today said, can I go long this? I said, yeah, that looks like a good trade. Can I go along that? Yeah, that looks like a good trade. And then they came to me a third time, can I go along this? And like, whoa, that's 3 trades that kind of look the same on the same day. Leave some for later. So spread your risk across time. Don't just pile in because it makes sense. We don't know what we don't know in these days. It's crazy, right? So this is how it works. You spread the risk across time. So basically, this is kind of like things to do to level up your game. NTNT, be purposeful with your trades. Have a reason. I'm rehashing this stuff because it's super important. Sorry, I yelled into the mic. I'm sorry. Manage the odds, the chances of success. Exit strategies are a must. Good exit strategies, okay, I hit close to a target, or bad exit. Oh, I hit my maximum loss. Grow. Never stop learning. And the fact that you're in here tells me you have that nailed, because why would you be here? And collaborate. I'm offering you the chance to collaborate with 320 people right away. Some of them are unbelievable traders. I am not the best trader in that room. I promise you. I promise you I am not the best trader in that room. And I will admit it to them. But I'm pretty darn good at keeping us organized and very good at keeping the levels and charts. You, let me see if I can show you. I mean, today
really quick here, Nick. Indidra, do you have a lifetime subscription? Go ahead and send me an email for that. If anybody does want a lifetime, you have to send an email or call. And Jose, how do I join the 24-hour chat? The 24-hour chat is part of the whole thing. So basically everything that Nick is showing you is part of one big thing, right? Where you get trade alerts the whole day, live rooms, education sessions on the whole day, just like what you're seeing now. This is pretty standard to what Nick does in the chat room every day.
Yep. So this is what you see here is me talking every day, all day to hundreds of people, I promise you. And it's hard to believe that it works this well with today somebody said, "Ooh, this was a smooth day," because you expect a lot more drama from having so many people in one room and so much emotions because money's on the line. People are trading with real money. So it's not like paper trading. So it is, it's very rewarding to see immediate results with the traders and immediate feedback like this. I promise you, these are not all the ones. There have been more. I mean, I can't take as many pictures, but every once in a while, something hits me right, and I share it. Like the person, Gene's comment was the best one. Let's see here. Just wanted to thank you. Everything you do, I have learned a lot. Not to mention making money. Learned a lot. That's my goal in my short time here, and it has only just begun. You know, that's a private message, by the way. When it's read, it's direct message. I mean, so rewarding to me to see this kind of result right away. If that doesn't even interest you, then you should just come in and check it out yourself. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So all day we track the progress as to how we can trade. You can see these little boxes. I'll blow them out because that was just for today. We'll take them out. So we'll start fresh tomorrow. There are some bigger boxes that I will keep there. Let me see here. So this was my prospect from here, and look how well it played out when they fell apart. Also from here, this was the target. Look at how close to the target they came. So it's not like we see the future, but we plot lines that should happen, bulls and bears. So we're aware that there's support, and if it fails, we go to here. We're aware that there's resistance. If it fails, it goes to there. So I had somebody that the person that trolled me had issues with me drawing lines up and down. Like I don't guess which way the market is going to go. My job is to lay out the lines that will matter. So if I know that this is a trigger and I put a line and I say, if this is taken out, we go here. And if this is taken out, we go here. And I draw both lines. I'm preparing us to act and take advantage. Above here, I chase it. Below here, I chase it. Or at here, I don't chase it until they break out. I stop myself. And here, I don't short it until they fail. So it's information, but they took it the wrong way. And it's 1 out of 300 over months. I don't remember the last time we had an issue. So we sometimes disagree, but most times we'll come to an agreement. And my job is to lay out all the options long-term. This is a daily chart, as well as short-term, which is intraday. You just saw me delete all of those lines. Interesting. Check this collection of candles right there. And this one. These are not coincidences. Not coincidences. Look, same level. So level of contention there. Anyway, so we talk charts, we talk fundamentals, we talk options. It's pretty cool stuff.
Right.
All right.
Nick,
So how about we give a sample? Give me a ticker so we can jump into it.
So Shabir, I'm already in the ultimate. What if I want more trades? Well, I mean, Shabir, the best way would
Wait. I can answer this one, Shabir.
All right.
If you're in the ultimate and you get into the chat room, you get everything. You're with me all day. And if you want to trade all day, you get as many trades as you want all day. And you get everybody else's trades because I post all the trades I share with all the levels of options I have in the chat room. So one, you will level up in the level of contact with me. In other words, you and me can chat all day, every day if you want to. In the chat room, not live room. If you have a job or you're committed to family, you can't make it to the live room during the day, that's fine. You have the chat room, it's static. You get all the trades there that I do, all of them, everything. And if you can skip out of your schedule and come into the live room, you can spend all day there as well. And we do dozens of trades there. I do daily iron condors in there with the SPX because it expires daily. And those yield at 25%. Every once in a while they blow up, but if you manage your risk, it's 25% a day, every day. So Shabir, I think it's enticing. I don't know how the transition from the ultimate into the chat, that's something Hot Rod would handle for us. But I think you will be pleasantly surprised. You will be pleasantly surprised.
Let's go over a couple of questions here because we do have some more questions. Jade, do you post live trades? Yes, in the live room. That's where the trades are posted, Jade. Thad, with 300 people. Okay, after this question, Nick, I do have to go over a couple of questions that I've been getting emails about. But last question here, Thad, with 300 people, is there time to answer my questions during the day?
No question goes unanswered. Let's put it this way. Um, 300 people, you will see. I manage all of them. I'm like I'm up all the time. Every once in a while, I take a little break for a few minutes or so, but you won't even feel it. If you have a question in there, it will be answered. If not me, somebody else in there that will jump in and fill the void. In fact, when I went on vacation, 2 weeks, somebody shared their screen every day for the rest of the gang. So what did I do? I popped in and filled the gap. So I popped in and helped them out, because it's crazy that I couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to be a dead zone, and I was like, wait, this is insane. But it worked. That they shared their screen all day.
Right.
And one day I had to leave a couple of hours during the day, I think, to do one of these presentations. Carol jumped in, who was a different person. She shared her screen, and I was like, couldn't believe it. I was like, what? So pretty cool stuff.
Right. So yeah, that's how it is basically there. And all right, so a couple questions. All you folks have sent some emails, and I gathered just a bunch of them, basically the most commonly asked that I could find. So we're going to go through this really quick before we can get back here in the session. All right, let's go. So are these sessions on Sundays recorded from Phil? Yes, Phil, those are recorded and they are posted in the chat room. Then we have Mary with, does everybody that joined get a free laptop? Yes, that's until midnight. So make sure you do it before midnight if you want the laptop. Next question, Joanne, what is the chat room schedule? That is Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Sundays from 10 to 1 p.m. Eastern, everything Eastern, right? The money back guarantee, yes, that money back guarantee is 30 days. So 30 days from today. And we got John with what would be the price at renewal? It would be the same, John. So that would mean that the same price you pay today, it's the same price you keep. So I guess that kind of covers everything there, Nick. I know that you do sometimes, like if let's say a member goes into the live room and they have a question about education, you totally pivot to education mode as well, right?
Wow. Okay. So just today, that concept came up. So last night we did last minute trade for fun. I call them lottery tickets, a trade that doesn't cost a lot, that yields a lot, but has low odds of success. I don't do those often, but every once in a while, if you have enough data, you kind of risk it. So we did something called an iron butterfly. Sounds fancy, but it's really simple. So and we won a little bit. So this morning, somebody said, can you explain that iron butterfly? I was like, okay. So we took about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I explained it. And I said to myself, whoa, I should have recorded this. I've never explained it better in my life. So somebody direct messaged me. They said they recorded it. So I'm going to go get it from them because it was a pretty good explanation. And anyway, so we were in education mode for 15 minutes on the iron butterfly. And in fact, I think I did it. Oh, I deleted it. I did it in the window of the SPX and then I deleted it. Okay. So it was here and then
Right.
I remember deleting it.
Well,
So yes,
that's the thing.
education is my priority.
That's the thing, because there are people that that I've signed up that haven't even started trading. They just want to make sure that, they number one, understand what options are, risk, all that stuff, because they don't want to jump into the market and blow up their accounts because they've heard stories about traders. That's why it's really important that the education kind of comes packed with the live trading that you do.
Yep. So the education is the way, is my main goal. And if we can make money along the lines, because I can feed you trades, or I can find you a fishing pole that works for your style so you can fish for the rest of your life. So if I can teach you concepts that are simple, that you can carry forward, whether you're in this room or not, I mean, it would be, that's my goal, ideally. Now, in the live room, in this room, my priority is fast trades, but there are hours of teaching and slower trades in between those. The fast trades, okay, from here to here, and we go quiet doing those fast trades, and I give priority to that. But the rest of the day is teaching and slower trade discussions. Like somebody came in there today about Veru, asking me about Veru. I don't know much about it. In fact, I don't even remember now what it is. Biotech, maybe? I don't remember. Anyway, somebody came up with tickers I've never seen. I think Devendra Patel, 3 times today. There's Veru. 3 times today came in with tickers. It's like, boy, where do you find these tickers? I've never seen them. And for me to say I've never seen them, that's the guy, me, who does 176, 120 to 170 tickers a week homework for people. There are even tickers overseas. Speaking of overseas, yesterday, funny story, 2 people in Turkey that didn't know each other came in. One of them, Aaron, who came in and said, hey, I'm looking for, I forgot what Aaron said, they call a high adrenaline trade. So it's I was like, okay. And at the time, the S&P was extended. So I said, all right, I would buy a put in the S&P, in the SPY. And then the SPY did this. This is the Qs, but the SPY did the same thing. And that was a very profitable trade. So they toasted, they were drinking, one of them was drinking ara. I don't know if you know what that is. Looks like ouzo. So they toasted to us from Turkey. And, you know, clearly that's a different time zone, but we're all over the world. I'm telling you, it's indescribable.
Right. This is just for those that are not maybe checking this out for the first time. This live trading room has people from all over the world, like every corner out there you can imagine. Nick, so somebody has a quick question here from the chat to you. So let's say if they would want to do a trade that doesn't need babysitting per se, like maybe they have a full-time job, you can give them those sort of trades on a regular basis.
Yes,
right?
yes. Like 2 of the trades today, Verizon, that's a slow poke trade. It pays me 6%. I bought shares. I rarely buy shares, but this one made sense. It's cheap. PE is low. It's not exciting. I don't expect explosive growth out of this company, but it's going to pay me 6% while I wait, and it's in the toilet already. Even Buffett gave up on it. I'll pick it up. I just saved the dog from the pound, a beautiful German Shepherd. I'm going to save Verizon from the pound, a beautiful, fundamentally driven stock. Now, I may missing a piece of information. I don't know. I'll find out after the fact. But on paper, it looks, quote, safe to own for a little bit and see what happens to it. That's not a fast trade. You don't even need to know options. I said I bought shares. You could play it with options, but you don't collect the dividend. So SoFi, a swing trade opportunity through October, $1 bet on a recovery in SoFi, $1 per contract. This is the same trade I did, I don't know, month and a half, and it more than tripled, or just about tripled, sorry, for me before I closed it. So I was like, okay, I'll try it again. And that you do not need to be in the room. You just need to be in contact in the chat room to see the post, and you just see if you want to trade. Upstart, we caught the falling knife. The best, a good one was Shopify before the earnings. A day before the earnings, the CEO went on CNBC. I don't know how the SEC lets him do that. The stock fell 15% before the earnings. I said, I don't care what the earnings are. I'm going long. This company is amazing. So we went long. The next day it pops and recovers, and we made money off of that.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, that's pretty normal there in the chat room. So we've gone over a lot of the trading room. So let's go over here a couple Q&As here, Nick. So let's say between Microsoft and Facebook, which one do you choose and why?
Facebook, because it's cheaper. It's closer to support than resistance, because in the future, I think the metaverse is going to change the world, and they are the metaverse company. They changed their name. They are so committed to themselves that they changed their name to Meta to match their goal of creating the metaverse. So social media, whoever put a camera in a phone changed the world forever. Forever. You know, they put a camera on the phone, and I'm the idiot that said, who needs a camera in their phone in 1998 or something like that? So 1 second, 1 second. Sorry, Rod. I'm sorry. This is an important text. I'm sorry. 2 rooms.
Really quick here. I do want to give a big shout out. Everybody in the chat, join me as well. We have Tim X. Welcome to the family here. Let's go, Tim.
Right on, Tim.
Tim is basically the newest member here of the options chat room. So big shout out. Make sure you check your email, Tim, and that you fill out the form that's going to be sent to you, because that's where we're going to send the laptop.
Okay, so believe it or not, I've heard people say, oh, I don't need a laptop, I got one. Well, if you don't need one, donate it to somebody who really needs it. That's pretty satisfying. Concepts that we handle throughout the day revolve around education. We try to get scalps, meaning quick trades in and out, in and out. I can't handle them. My personality is not like that. I like to trade like most people do. Give me a set of circumstances for the next 2-3 months. I can plan around them, take some setups that will work. And by the way I trade is not surgical. I don't need to be surgical. For example, I quote shorted Apple today. When I say short, I never ever mean sell the company short traditionally. And
right.
I leave room to be wrong for a little bit without severe consequences. I'll tell you why. So remember that first, where is it? Pro habits. So I'm if you ever short companies outright, I'm going to try and convince you not to do it again. First of all, I have one word for you, BBBY. If you did that with BBBY before the spike, you got liquidated. And I don't mean like you had a losing day and you wrecked an account. They liquidated the account completely because nobody could withstand that kind of short unless you're somebody with $3 billion in the bank. So here's the deal. Whenever somebody shorts, when you go long a stock, however you go long, you buy shares, you buy calls, you sell puts, you sell put spreads, however you go long the stock, what's your total risk? 100%. You can lose all your money. But when you short a stock, what's your total risk? Unknown. Traditional short of the stock, if you don't know, here's how it happens. Bob has 100 shares of Apple. I want to short Apple. Hey, Bob, lend me those 100 shares. Apple is 170, whatever it is, 7. Where is Apple? 174. I'll borrow the shares and I'll sell them out. Why is this legal? I have no idea. I can't borrow your car and sell it, but apparently I can borrow Bill's share and sell him. Or Bob, what did I say? Let's go with Bill. And I'll take 100 shares from Bill. I'll sell them. I'll put the money in the bank. If I'm right, it'll fall. I say, Bill, I'm returning your shares. I'll buy them back cheaper and give him back his shares. So I made the difference. But what if Apple skyrockets? Apple invents a car that runs on water. Suddenly it's $400 a share. I'm losing money for as long as Apple is rallying. Infinity is my maximum loss. That, friends, is an unacceptable risk profile for my trades ever. Same deal with selling calls. When you sell calls naked and you don't own the shares, you're taking unlimited risk. That is an unacceptable. Let me put it in real life terms. You're out and somebody dares you to jump a gap. You'll say, okay, that looks about, I don't know, 4 feet. I think I can make it. Well, how could you say that? Don't you want to check how deep the gap is? What if the mistake is lethal? What if it's 300 feet down? I wouldn't try it. I don't care if I'm 1000% sure I can clear that gap. I'm not trying it. The maximum loss is unacceptable to me. This is the same thing. The risk profile of shorting a stock outright is unacceptable. I shouldn't take it. I personally wouldn't take it. You say it never happens. It does happen, but not often. And I'm not willing to find out that knowing my luck, it'll be the day I short a company outright, it'll pull a BBBY on me. So I am not risking it. So risk profile, don't ever risk it like that. So set of circumstances with Apple, okay, I can try to short it gently. And even then, I left room for error. And I also said not a full-size trade. For example, what does that mean? let's say I usually do options and I usually do 10 contracts. I would do 5. Why? Because I don't want to go all in, because this is crazy times. Some things are going on that are crazy. The market just rallied 20%. Did you know Apple, actually, let's go with Apple. 1 second for a second. You're not going to believe this. Not many people are going to tell you this or make. Today's high in Apple was 1.5% off the closing all-time high, weekly close. 1.5%. If you want to talk wick to wick, today's high, I'm jittery, so I'm not going to, there we go. Today's high was 3% off the all-time high, period. All-time high tick, period. This is insanity. This is just sheer insanity. Not because it's this high, because of how uncommitted these idiots are out there. 40% rally off the bottom. You want to see another neck-breaking or jaw-dropping statistic? Okay, check this out. Apple here is 120% above where it was at the all-time high before COVID hit. 120%. Let me show you another statistic. Amazon went into that hole, and below it, that's COVID right there. Amazon is barely 30% above that, and that's pretty high. So Amazon was a bargain here, and I relayed that message to everybody. Facebook was a bargain. It's still below. It's somebody asked me, Facebook or Microsoft. That's the answer. That's why. Look, COVID, Facebook, now Meta. Can't get myself to say that. Meta could be 240 to 260 in the next 6 months. That's my opinion. Same with Zoom, similar rally. So Microsoft, check this out. Boom, COVID, Microsoft. That is divergence, and the fundamentals in Meta are not deteriorating one bit. It's a, let's see. Look at this, sales and profits. Let's switch to Microsoft. Doesn't grow as fast, but it's still a decent. So let's go to fundamentals, statistics. Let's say they're both growth companies. Let's assume that. Price to sales 11, 30 PE. Growth 13, 14, 13, 13, 17, 18. Good growth in sales. Net income, no doubt solid, right? So let's go to Facebook and pull up its statistics. Hopefully you remembered those numbers. I kind of do. Revenue 40, 50, 40, 30, 47, 26, 21, 40. That's growth rate. Clearly it grows at least 2.5 times the other one. Net income also growing, pretty substantial. Statistics, how expensive is it? Look, price to sales, under 4. The other one is 11. What does that number mean? If I'm buying Meta shares, I'm giving it credit for barely 4 years worth of sales. So if I go to Pizza Shop and say, I want to buy your store, I'll give you 4 years worth of your sales for you to leave your store and go, right? The other one is 11 years. So it's more expensive. Look at the PE. Are you kidding me? 14. That's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. This is cheaper than Exxon and Chevron. That is unacceptable. So yes, my confident answer is I'll take Meta for a growth company over Microsoft any day. Microsoft is an amazing company. Amazing.
Right. Okay,
it's just
so
too expensive right now.
all right, and now let's go here to the next thing. Now, overall, what are your thoughts on the energy sector?
I'm short. And I'll tell you a story. So I shorted energy successfully, but I took so much flack for it because it's going against what everybody believes. I don't believe the BS they're slinging our way. Whatever it is, long story short, I'm short right now with room to spare. So we shorted right here, Oxy and Exxon and the USO, and we won big time on all of them. Oxy and Exxon puts were huge wins, huge. And then I reshorted the XLE by selling a call spread. And then this happened. So I sent out a message to those who took it. I said, I would close it. It's now pennies. There's still some money left on the table, but I would close it. Guess what? If they didn't close it today, they'd be under fire again. It'll still survive, but it's under fire and it's looking like it wants to break out. So the XLE, technically, the XLE represents really Chevron Exxon. 44% of the XLE, which is an ETF, are two companies. Chevron and Exxon are 44%. This breakout is concerning to the bears. Now, what I would like to see is it fail and then come back and take this out for me to believe this breakout. Otherwise, yeah, it's going here. But I will short it. I don't think energy should be breaking out better than tech, for example. So I don't know. I don't like energy stocks. At least what I was saying to those buying Oxy with Buffett up here, I said, those who are buying up here, I think are going to be stuck. Why? Check this out. Hold on. This is Oxy, monthly chart. Every candle is 1 month. Look at this. 2011, I don't know if you know that. 2011, there was a crash in commodity. Even gold crashed. It took it 10 years to come back and fire out. So 2011, 2014, 2018. Now, so if I bought calls here or I bought shares here, here's what I did. One thing I didn't do, I didn't look left. I don't need to know charts to know that last time it was here, I got shellacked. Last time it was here, I got shellacked. Last time it was here, I got shellacked. So if I knowingly bought shares here, I looked left and I said to this guy, hey, buddy, you've been stuck here for 5 years, 4 years. Let me bail you out. Here, I'll take the baton. You go ahead. I'll take the loss now. This is not an obvious entry point. That was my point. I did a video and I said that. I made a couple of posts and I said, this is not an obvious entry point. That's all I said. I got so much flack for saying it. So I said to myself, people are too in love with this company because Buffett is interested in it. Guess what, folks? Buffett doesn't buy shares in order to make money on the share price. Buffett wants to own the cash flow of this company. So I fight for a sport. I literally fight kickboxing, for full contact kicks, but Muay Thai, so elbows and knees. And I was sparring with one of my friends and I hadn't seen him in a month or 2 months. I said, where you been? He goes, I'm a crane operator for a company, a subsidiary of Oxy, and we've been busier than ever. So I was like, oh, interesting. That was a time where I set my short. I said, how's business? And he said, well, the company is making more money than ever. The P&L looks great, but we're down 30% in production. So I was like, okay, so you mean to tell me all that extra stuff on the P&L that looks great now is all because of the inflated price of oil in general? He says, yeah. So I was like, okay, so this is a temporary benefit that's going to disappear. So Buffett may know something I don't know. But to me, this entry point was an easy mistake to avoid. And in fact, if somebody listened to me, they saved themselves 25% loss from buying the shares. I'm not a fan of energy stocks. Now, coming from the guy who said, buy Exxon or Chevron, in fact, Exxon was first, during the pandemic in the 40s, because I thought the CEOs, excellent management, by the way, the CEOs said both in the same week, they came out and they defended their dividends. They said, we cut capital expenditure, CapEx, 20%, whatever the number was, in order to make sure that the dividend is sacrosanct. And then they said, we have a lot more to cut if we want to before we even touch the dividend. So I said, get long. I can't remember if it was here or here. They were paying almost 10, this one was paying almost 10% dividend. Now it pays under 4. And I don't think it's ever been this high before under false pretense. By that, I mean, because of the extra high price of oil, which is an artificial situation. There are certain, not artificial, temporary scenario. What is that? Transient? No, what is it? The Powell word? Whatever he uses. Anyway, the famous Fed word. Temporary scenario of extra high because of a war and whatever. We have plenty of oil. We're just deciding to drill less. So it's an oil policy, not an oil supply, like availability. Anyway, besides, if we're going green and we're going EVs, demand for oil is going to be destroyed if we do all of that. Anyway, not my favorite, not an obvious entry point. That's the only thing I can say. Energy, love it or not, this is not an obvious. I mean, what do you expect from here? What do you expect? This? And that's 30%. Let's see valuations. So let's say this is not a growth company, by the way, and overview statement. Valuation statistics. It's 10 PE, barely under Facebook. So it's not cheap. Let me see relative to itself before I say that. Then I'll be a liar. It is cheap relative to itself. I take that back. Okay. But anyway, it's not an obvious entry point from a chart perspective. I can find better, easier money to make. Like between this up here or Facebook down here, I would take Facebook every time. How's that? I probably pissed off a whole bunch of people. Look, we dropped to 99 people in the chat room. I lost 9 people. See what happens? But you asked me and I answered, honestly. I have no hidden agendas. You ask, I answer as best as I can.
Right. Yeah, and as far as let's say the now we went over a couple questions there, right, about specific sectors. Now, is there anything in particular that any sector that you do want to highlight here?
Yes, financial technologies, fintech. So this is like the puzzle of the century. Well, what is that, right? By the time, and PayPal on the way down, the small caps sector, anything that looks like ARK was being sold in, like you wouldn't believe, because, and then finally it dawned on me, is like, I know what it was. Check it out. It was this. They were falling with Bitcoin because Square was an innovator. PayPal chased it into getting involved with Bitcoin, right? And then suddenly Bitcoin crashed, which, by the way, we knew it was going to crash. In November, I did a video. I said, Bitcoin is going most likely to 19 or 22 in this fashion. Once it loses 44 to 46, it's going to go to 33. It's going to bounce. It's going to lose 33, go to 25. It's going to bounce, lose 25, and come down to the low 20s, at which point I will go long. And I did. And we bought Bito at 12.5, went to 15 and change. If they booked it. I'm not going to book mine. I own crypto. I didn't buy Bito because I own crypto. I bought Ethereum in the 800s. So the point is, this was causing pain in fintech. This company has an amazing P&L. Look at this. Has an amazing future, and it was being sold like it's going out of business. I mean, I couldn't believe it. So I said, I like PayPal. I like Square. It feels like PayPal, I'm missing a piece of the puzzle, so I chose Square. I still think it's cheap. So if you tell me buy Exxon up here or Square down here, I would love to own Square over Exxon or Chevron. So when you say, do you like energy? So if you like energy, let me ask you, do you like this better than energy? So, or you'd rather buy up here? So I would like to pay attention to financial technology. And here's another one, this one. So this is a controversial one, but this is one that I made pretty good money on it, but I didn't cash it in, and I'll explain. So they reported this here, they got cut 65%. You think the report was crap, right? They reported earnings, the stock fell 65%. I'm going to give you a second to imagine what kind of a sales drop did they have in order to deserve 65% haircut. What do you think they did in growing the business? Like, the point of being in business is to grow the business. How do you grow the business? You grow revenues, sales. This drop happened on an increase in revenues of 157%. They took their business and they increased it 157%. The reason it's dropped because somebody's opinion is like, holy crap, there's going to be loan loss reserves because they couldn't sell as many loans as before to outsiders. So these guys issue loans, they bundle them and they sell them to investors. They got stuck with more loans than normal because they couldn't find buyers because the Fed scared everybody. The stock got cut 65%. So I got shares, went back to 50, dropped, went back to 50, dropped, and then fell again. So my entry price is 31 and change. And I passed on booking to 50 because I want to hold it for the long term. Why? Because I don't expect it to go back to here. That was crazy. But I expect it to come back to life because it has a very aggressive growth rate. Look at this. I don't know if they can maintain it, but I'm risking $31 per share to see if they can. If they can, those who were scared of it because of potential problems that may or may not materialize may realize, like, holy crap, we let go of a gem here. They might want to buy it back. Again, this is a speculative bet. The safer bet is Square. This has no issues. It is what it is. It's doing what it's doing. In fact, I may give them business this month, maybe even this week. I need to hire them for something. The potential of this one, although the pattern has not played completely, is 180 with a lot of hiccups along the way. So if I'm patient, I think I can get 180 out of it. That doesn't mean I go all in, folks. We don't know what we don't know. And this one has to trade within the confines of the whole market. So I got to warn you, there are a couple of Elliott wave guys out there and girls that believe the S&P will be under 3,000. Sorry.
Right.
I promised somebody, listen, I promised somebody that I'll be off the conference call, off the webinar, but I'm telling them I'm late a little bit. So
yeah, no worries. So really quick here, folks. We've been here for about an hour. Nick Chahine, he does the live trading room Monday to Friday. Even though, in a couple minutes, when Nick heads out, for his stuff, I'm just going to stay here for a couple more minutes to show you guys the live room for those that joined. But Nick, on your end, are there any closing remarks you have about the market and why the folks should join the chat room and trade with you the whole day?
I can promise you, okay, let me say it this way. It's going to sound a little cocky. I guarantee it, that you will be a much better trader in our group than you are right now. I guarantee it. You will learn a whole bunch of new things, whether from me or from the group, it doesn't matter. I guarantee it that you will be a more mature, more calm. You won't be as emotional. And that's the biggest problem with it. We get emotional and we mess up our trades. We mess up our investments. We act without thinking because our heart tells us. I guarantee it. And here's the good thing. Benzinga guarantees it. If my guarantee stinks, they guarantee you your money back. So, and you have a month. I like the fact that you extended it to a month because 2 weeks is probably not good and not long enough to really appreciate it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the 30-day money back guarantee is until midnight. So that's, I just make sure that if you guys want
okay,
that and the laptop,
fair. That's fair. I mean, that's 30 days. You saw what Gene said. Gene is on the trial, and Gene said they're in for the long haul. Where's Gene? There's Gene. That was today.
Yeah.
Look.
No, and there's I remember when this started out, Nick, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has been added to the room, like the live trading stuff and all that stuff. But there's a lot of people that join, and not just for the education, Nick, but also because you do provide, all the technical analysis, fundamental market analysis, what's going on with the Fed, with no sprinkle and ice cream, right? You just you give your honest opinion about it, right? So people like that.
Yeah. I wear my emotions and heart on my sleeves. I'm not about to go, I'm straightforward. You ask a question. Let's put it this way. How long have I been doing this? I've grown in my efforts because I'm from the Middle East. I'm Lebanese. Our blood boils fast. Mind blow. I go from 0 to 100 in no time. So in the past few months, I personally have learned a lot from you, the people in my room. I've become, and yesterday was a perfect test. I mean, I had a troll that was amazingly annoying, and I handled it pretty well. I was calm. I did not go fly off the handle or anything. So I'm learning from you as much as I'm trying to teach you, I promise. So it's straight up. There are no hidden agendas. I don't take every trade I recommend because I would have a book that's huge, but every trade I post is one I would take, depends on the portfolio.
Right. All right, folks. There you go. Nick Chahine, lead trader from the Options Inner Circle chat room, folks. All right, Nick.
Hot Rod. I appreciate your effort. And by the way, good job on trading the other day. He was in the room and he knows firsthand how well it goes in there.
All right. There you go. Nick, thanks a lot, man.
Later.
And all right, man. I'll see you there. Folks, really quick, I'm just going to show you here the room for those that joined. Obviously, the the office closes at 5. Pretty much the only person working at this point here. So what I'm going to do here is to kind of give like a little walkthrough, right, for all the people that join, and maybe for those that kind of maybe want to see how it works. Okay, so this is the main chat room, right? There's 2 channels. The Inner Circle chat, that's where everybody's posting, including Nick, right? It's a fruitful conversation there. Trade ideas, setups, updates, market updates, everything. You got it there. All right. Then you have Nick's important messages. This is where only Nick can post. That means that only Nick is able to post here. So if you just want to get the trade setups or things like that, you want to get the link to join the live session, keep in mind he charts the all 3, well, SPY, Qs, IWM, and the futures, because we do have some futures traders there as well. Zoo, we're showing you a couple of these. Let's see. So now when you get here, right, this post is every day, right? There's a market commentary and there's a link there. You join the live room. So let me close this because I was already there. I'm going to click on this. All right, put your name in there. You join the meeting. And you just watch this. You open the chat room on the left side. Here you have a separate chat room, okay? A separate chat room for the people there, right? For the people that are live trading there. This is where you can get the fast trades, market updates, direct, immediate communication, webinar style with Nick. And you can even talk, like right now, these people are hearing me. Let's go. So, all right, yeah, so basically you can talk with Nick. Also, most people just rather do the chat thing, but you just go in there. There's about 93 people there. Obviously, Nick left about maybe 4:40, 4:30. Let's go ahead and close this now. All right. And now the other thing is that you do have access to these evergreen content material. This is really good stuff from Nick. And basically, if you're a new trader, or even if you've been trading for a while, I really think you should take a look at those videos. Some of these are definitions of options, puts, and such. What is a spread? Full definitions of options overall, credit put spreads, when to book or set a stop loss, when and how to book profits, risk management, all the way here. Okay. And what type of trade is best, and learn how to pick what type of trade to buy. So very important, so that really everything in your arsenal as an options trader. You need to be able to know all these things because they can help you in different situations. That is why people ultimately do options, to do things that you can't do by just buying a stock and holding it. So let's see, we covered most of that stuff. There are some sound alerts here. If you guys have this live, you see the bells turn yellow. So if you do want to just maybe do one of these chat rooms, let's say you just want the alerts on the chat room, Nick's important messages, right? You can do that. Or you can just have both of them, right? And just chat with everybody here. I think that you guys should definitely join this live session. The one that he's live. This is Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And this is pretty cool because, the whole gang meets up there. It's about 340 people just chopping it up there, talking about markets, following Nick, going over trade ideas, helping each other out. It becomes like a place almost, like in the meta world, right? Or the metaverse. So you have all these people, you're going to see them every day. It's the same people, the people that use this love it. So you're going to see them a lot, helping each other out, helping somebody that's new. That's pretty standard here, especially within the community here that we've been developing at the options chat room. This is probably I'd say our most premium thing we have overall, because it just covers everything Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Nobody gives you that time of day, not in these times. So that is all part of it. It's one big package. I'll leave the link there for you guys to check it out. It expires at midnight. Everybody that joins gets a free laptop, 30-day money back guarantee. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't at least try it for 30 days. So with that, folks, feel free to reach out if you have questions. We're going to leave the contact there. Let's see, Nick. No, that's for the year. But if you do want a lifetime, hit me up. I'll leave my number there. No worries. We're not supposed to, do that, but I guess, here and there. So DK, thanks a lot for helping out, brother. All right, so I think we pretty much covered all the questions here. David? Yes, so everybody that joins the chat room as well will get it, right, David? So from today and all the prior sessions. All right, folks. That's it. That does it here for the day. We had some fun here with Nick Chahine. If you do want to hear more about him, check out the chat room. It's fun. It's lively. Everybody's there having a great time, learning, making money, and all that stuff. Gift cards. Thanks for reminding me, Marcia. 10 people, okay? 10 people received an email with a $25 gift card for free that I sent y'all, okay? So 10, and that's only for the Zoom attendees, all right? It's going to be sent out during the day. Well, I mean, today, right? So just be on the lookout for that. If you did win that, again, just trying to hook you up as much as possible here. So have a great day, folks. Happy trading. Stay safe. And we'll see you in the chat room tomorrow.